So let me start the background. Yeah, the summary is, yeah, there was some discussion during the second WT workshop in Munich last year, and we got the use cases on smart cities from Singapore GovTech and so on. And some ideas and use cases have been proposed to the Web of Things interest group. And the Web of Things group is generating use case document based on those use cases. Actually, not only smart cities, but also smart agriculture, smart building, and so on as well. However, we need to correct even more use cases and system implementation experiences for actual smart city, yeah, purposes, and that should be done from all over the world. Yeah, not only from the Asian areas, but also everywhere. Because smart cities varies and depends on the city's locations and also cultures and so on. So also includes various subsystems from multi vendors and complicated system implementations. So we'd like to hold a discussion on the possible standardization for smart cities before forming a concrete actual group, for example, interest group. And we are planning to hold a dedicated workshop again for specifically this topic, smart cities. And today, this session's goals are identifying the stakeholders of smart cities and its standardization to drive the development of web standards aligned with the real need of smart cities from all over the world, and then discuss how to proceed, including the possibility of workshop and also an interest group. So, for example, we already generating some basic proposal for the possible smart cities interest group like this. And please let me show this as well. Yeah, so the only point clear is I will be assigned as a team contact for the possible group, and we need to identify possible chairs and so on, and need participation as well. And the basic scope is, yeah, basically collecting use cases and identify requirements for smart city purposes. And the point here is not generating actual standards or APIs or anything, but generating use cases and the requirements kind of document, and talk with various stakeholders and groups and even the other standardization organizations, and see what is really missing and what is really needed for web applications and web technology.
Yeah, and Kaz, if I can comment
Yeah,
here, I want to make clear this is not a Watt thing.
right.
That IoT is definitely relevant to smart cities.
Mm-hmm.
One thing we realize is there's many other web technologies that may be have stakeholders in smart cities, and examples might be display technologies for signs or for cars, data ingest, data schemas for databases, geolocation for dashboards, and so forth. So I think a couple things worth looking at closely in this charter is a list of topics, right, which is up at the top here. And just want to clarify, this is not just about IoT, it's about like everything that touches smart cities.
Yeah, that's right. So the coordination section includes the various groups, including agriculture and the WT as a possible technology to be included, but not only WT for IoT, but also
Right.
media group, network group, publishing group, automotive group, spatial data for geolocation, and so on. So
Yeah.
JSON as well. So various groups from vertical areas and the technology areas. Yeah.
And actually, I want to mention web and networks is one of its areas is edge computing. So that's also a topic. It's not explicitly stated in the name of the group.
Right. And also external organizations, several of them listed here, IETF, ITUT, and ASEAN, or OGC, and so on.
So right off the bat, I think we should add IEEE and ISO here.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, and possibly smart city related standardization organization and vocabulary generating organizations and so on as well. So anyway, this is still ongoing and to be finalized, and just a proposal, and that is the situation. So I'd like.
Hey, Kaz, this is Eric Xiao. I raised my hand, but I just want to add a comment to the group so that everybody has context. You know, and I've said this many times before. One of the challenges with IoT, well, even smart city, is just the breadth of possibilities and application and use cases, right? So when you read through this draft charter, it just seems overwhelming, a lot of stuff, right? And I think the primary goal, one of the primary goals, not the only one, but one of the primary goal of the interest group is getting everybody together to prioritize, right? Figure out what is it that we want to focus on. If we don't do that, we'll be all over the map, and it's just going to be unproductive work.
Yeah, that's true. So gathering use cases from various areas, industries, and prioritize which to go, and so on. Yeah, is the key.
I think the word important here is in the mission, but I think that also implies prioritization. Maybe we should be more explicit in the mission statement.
Yeah, and yes, that's good, very good point. And maybe if you want, if you are okay, we can continue to record this part, but maybe we can start the concrete discussion and stop the recording for, even more active discussions. What do you think?
Well, do you have a presentation or is it just the charter you want to show?
Yeah, just charter documents.